So tell me really quickly about the title, White on Rice. Where does that come from?
Sure. Well, you hear people say, "I'm going to be all over you like white on rice," or they were stuck to him like white on rice. And in the story, the family is kind of stuck with Jimmy, the main character. They can't get rid of him no matter what they try. He's stuck to them like white on rice. So it's just, I think in some of the advertising materials when we release, I'll probably emphasize that. I thought that the phrase was a little bit more commonly used than it apparently is, but yeah, that's where that comes from.
Okay. Actually, it's the first time I've heard it
Really,
before.
it might be
Yeah.
more of like a southern / East Coast thing, but it's a very colloquial thing.
My interest in talking to you too is I love the writing. I thought the writing was
thank you.
really great because films like this, romantic comedies are hard to do, and they could become really cheesy very
Right.
fast. And I thought it was witty, well written, and very well casted. But it
Thanks.
also takes somebody who understands Asian Americans and the Asian culture a little bit. So can you talk a little bit about maybe your background and what you brought into the film?
Well, I don't know. I sort of think maybe you think that just because because I think that it's a universal story, really. Because I'm not Asian American. I don't really have any kind of insight. I don't think. It's just that all just came kind of by virtue of my cast, and I met my cast kind of in a roundabout way. Well, I guess I should start at the beginning. I learned to speak Japanese as a Mormon missionary in Australia when I was 19.
Okay, that's a story in itself.
Yeah, and then,
Are you still a Mormon missionary?
well, I'm not a missionary, but I'm a Mormon.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And and then when I came back, I made a film called Big Dreams, Little Tokyo, and that was kind of it was a comedy about a young man who's trying to succeed in the Japanese business world and not making very much headway in it. And so that was a movie that was really explicitly about culture and language and kind of the intertwined nature of the two. And when I made that, a lot of the actors who played the supporting roles I thought were really terrific. Hiroshi Watanabe was in it, and he just totally stole the scene he was in. And James Kyson Lee was in it, and a handful of others that I thought, gee, these guys should be the leads in the next one. And I already had this story that I was working on called White on Rice that was just about a family dealing with the arrival of a divorced uncle. And I decided, that I'd just tailor it for Hiroshi and then fill in the rest of the supporting cast with all these actors that I'd met making Big Dreams, Little Tokyo. So, and so then by virtue of the cast, some of the things in it kind of got tweaked to make it, like the main character became a middle-aged guy from Japan, whereas in the original idea he was, kind of more my age. And so little things like that got tweaked, but really it is just a universal story.